Welcome back to Disenfranchised. I am your host, Travis Gearhart, and this is
Keith Cunningham, and we are
Disenfranchised.
Disenfranchised.
So I am apparently just going to go ahead and fucking live out here in California. I'm still out here. Although I think we finished up today, and we did a bunch of stuff last night. Well, I wasn't there for it last night, though. So real quick, I want to do a real fast little rant here, man. So I had the day from hell yesterday. So for starters, I don't have a credit card right now. I just don't have a credit card. I'm in the middle of doing a bunch of bankruptcy shit, and I'm not ashamed to fucking talking about that. You know, between COVID and catching up on different stuff, you know, there was enough there that it made sense to do it. I wanted my kids to go a couple more years in high school before we go and find some property, yada, yada, yada. So yeah, I'm not ashamed of it. It's a fucking tool. It's an economic tool. We've got a president that's filed bankruptcy fucking 7 times, some shit like that. So
Yeah.
I give a fuck. But in the meantime, there's a good reason why I don't have a credit card because of that, right? So when I go on business trips, I have to do my rental cars with my debit card, which is fine. I've got all the money in the world. That's not the issue. Like, if I'm short on money, I can call my fucking work. I mean, this is a business trip, right? I can call my work and they can be like, "Oh yeah, give us a second. We'll fucking put it in your account." And I can have an unlimited amount of money. It's not the issue. So I literally never have an issue with that. The problem is that a lot of these places, they don't tell you that you need a credit card only upfront more often than not. They also don't tell you that you need certain things. So to give you an example, I've been here forever, and I had to take my rental car back to the Burbank airport because they wouldn't let me re-up it, and that's fine. I understand that. I did it 3 times. I've had it for a fucking minute and a day. It's time, right? Fucking Crown Apple, by the way. That's the type of fucking week it's been. And so I take it back, and they told me, and first also so a side quest. If you ever have to call any of these fucking places, there's not a single English speaking motherfucker that answers the goddamn phone. Every single one of them are Indians. Every single fucking one. And that's fine if you get the one off that can help you out and actually like make it fucking work. But 99% of the time, dude, it's just how have we just let this happen in society? How have we just let this happen that the fucking people that are supposed to be your customer fucking service can't speak the language and don't know what to do? None of them can fucking help you. I guarantee you they just give them a script and then they say, and by the way, if they ask for anything else any other help, just tell them to go fuck themselves. Like there's nothing about customer service anymore that is actually customer service. And we've allowed this.
Again, it's like the South Park episode when they call, I talked about it in one show. They call customer service and like, "Oh, you got the wrong guy. Let me connect you to this guy." And it's the same fucking guy.
He's with a different fucking voice. Yeah. It's basically the same thing. So first of all, I'm trying to call and say, I'm like, "Well, can I sure I can't re-up it? Like I'm still on this job site. It's going a little longer than I planned. I'm like, can we please, you know?" And the lady's like, "Well, you know, if you just come in, we can set you up with a new one." And here's the other thing, their phone calls, I kept telling them, I go, "You got to be quick because your phone's gonna drop me." Their phone calls, I could hear like the click when I was gonna get dropped. And as soon as I heard the click, I go, "Well, just stop doing anything because I'm about to get fucking dropped on your phone calls." And it would happen 2 seconds later. God, that pissed me off. Nothing pisses me off more than that. Especially, I'm like, dude, what are we doing? So I go down all the way down to the Burbank airport. I drop my car off. And
well, how far was Burbank Airport from where you were?
About an hour and a half.
All right.
Yeah. So I drive
so it's
about
not just down the street.
No. So Burbank is basically Hollywood. is Burbank, California. So that's where I flew in. So I dropped the car off in Burbank, and I go down there and I go, all right, well, I need another car, blah blah blah, and they go, well, we need because you're doing with a debit card, we need your return flight. What? Like, why? I don't know my return flight. Why would I buy a ticket? Because it's a catch fucking 22 on both ends. They need my ticket for a return flight. So I go, all right, well, can I just walk to the side and do the return flight? Oh no, your return flight has to be booked 24 hours in advance. And I'm going, well, what about motherfuckers like me that I don't know when the job's done? Like, I'm not going to buy a ticket. I already missed one flight and I'm going to have to fucking eat it on Friday. So we're recording this Sunday night, like late Sunday night. I already missed my flight. I missed it because they would not let me fucking book it because I booked it on one of these like special deal fucking sites and I didn't even realize I did it. I actually thought that I had it booked through Alaskan Airlines. I had to talk to another fucking Indian, and he was, oh, so sorry, sir. If you check your insurance, no, that is not the. Basically, he just told me to go fuck myself, and I said, sure, okay, whatever, man. Let's just go about it. So I just ate it. I'm like, I'm not even gonna write that fucking return flight off on my thing. I'm just gonna eat like $150 because I don't feel like, mostly I just don't feel like fucking talking to my boss about it and being like, because you know how that shit goes. You bring it up to your boss and he's like, well, why did you do it like this? I don't know, man, because I was doing it in fucking midnight. It was a last minute thing. Fucking get off
Yeah,
my
yeah.
nuts. You
Maybe you
know,
didn't do it like that because you expected the furnace to be lined and for you to be gone already.
dude, I'm literally it's going to be 2 weeks on fucking Tuesday. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't miss fucking, I've been seeing the pictures. I'm not looking forward to going home. It's
Well, we
been
are
nice out here.
we're in a state of emergency out here.
Yeah.
I have plowed my driveway shit, 3 times already,
Wow.
and
When did you start calling Amy your driveway?
I went to I went up to Gary this morning for a union meeting. First time I've been on 65 down to 1 lane. No cars on there at
No
all. Just
shit.
1 lane.
That's
And the
nuts.
the 1 lane was just, 2 sets of tire tracks. That's all it was. And that was this morning. It's still snowing out.
Oh my God. How many feet is it at this point?
I don't
It's like
even
4
know.
feet, isn't it?
Yeah, about 4 feet. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But we're in a state of emergency, and I think the temperature is supposed to be dropping now. It's
Fuck, dude.
gonna stop snowing, and temperature's gonna drop. So
Mm-mm.
it's gonna be a fun time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're at 10 degrees right now. Feels like -5.
Whew. Yeah, it
We
is.
have a high
I was getting
tomorrow of 5 degrees.
I was getting a little chilly out there. We are at 57 degrees.
I seen something online that Ted Cruz, I guess it's snowing so much in Texas that Ted Cruz hopped on a plane and
Yeah,
flew out to
fucking
California.
cocksucker. I saw that. Fucking prick. Oh yeah, don't stick around for your constituents. Just go down, you fucking piece of shit. Dude, Ted Cruz. I think about it nowadays. Like I think about the people, like I used to kind of respect Ted Cruz, I used to have back when I was like, back when we were in our mid late 20s, like I was like, yeah, we got this great fucking team. And then you get a little bit older and you just watch these people just turn into just total fucking assholes. Like Ted Cruz is such a piece of shit.
Yep. Well, you want to start with
Anyways,
our regularly scheduled program?
hold on. Let me finish my story. So we off track. So I drive down there. And they don't have a fucking thing for it. They tell me that I have to have a flight booked. Don't have a flight booked. So I got to figure something else out. And I go, well, is that only for the ones that are at the airport? And they go, yes. Okay. I started looking at places that aren't at the airport, like around other, I mean, it's a big ass, it's Los Angeles, Hollywood. I mean, it's a giant, big fucking suburbia, basically. Find a few places. So the problem is you get on these websites and you book a car and you get it booked and you go through it. You go through the process. They say, "Yeah, you're good." And then you get there and they're like, "Oh, no, we don't have that in stock." It's like, Well, then why do you have a fucking website? Why do you have it set up like this?" Right? I had that happen to me thrice. Thrice in this whole fucking ordeal.
Thrice?
Thrice. Like,
Two,
thrice.
almost 3 times, or was it
It
3,
was
at
3. So I fuck around, fuck around, fuck around. I end up at basically the last place that dicked me over was outside of Pasadena. And I'm stuck. I was there. I had nothing but like the clothes on my back. I literally walked into my hotel 5 minutes before me and Keith started this, and I have not showered. I changed my shirt finally because that was the same shirt I've been wearing for 36 hours. Um, and I haven't. I stink. I stink. I'm sure, but whatever. I don't give a shit. And so I ended up having to book a hotel. Like I just got like the cheapest hotel that was in the area because I still had this hotel that I'm sitting in right now with all of my shit. I had my book bag with like my steel toe boots and my hard hat in it and a couple of things of mine. I mean, I had like my basics. Luckily I had brought like a charger, but the whole time I'm just screwed. So I uh I was stuck there. I get up this morning and so I book it on the Sixt app, right? And it comes across that they'll have a car for me in the morning. I get up this morning and check out and I got the Uber driver. And so this is the story I want to tell too. It's almost like the tale of two. I call it when I was telling the story to Aaron earlier. I called it the tale of two immigrants, right? So and so I get booked with this sixth place. My Uber driver shows up and he's this Chinese or Asian guy. I don't know, Chinese, Japanese, dirty knees. Look at these. I don't fucking know. He was Asian, right? And he picks me up and he's super nice guy. Like dude, I get in the car and I'm already pissed. It's fucking 8 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, "Well, I know the address says to go to the sixth location right down the road, but they messaged me and they said, "Hey, we don't have the vehicle, but we have like some other upgrades, BMW, blah blah blah, but it's more money." And I don't give a fuck. Again, money's not an issue. I'm here for a job thing. I'm gonna write it off. I'm like, "Sure, sure, 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 sure. BMW is fine. Cool. Let's go." I'm fine with that. And they go, "Oh, well, for the more premium vehicles we do credit card only." And I'm like, "Motherfucker." Like, so none of it makes sense, dude. Like, how great in this sense. So we drive around and we check out a couple of places, and this guy takes me over to this Avis that's right down the road. And I walk in, and there's this Australian guy, and he's talking to this young, cute, perky, like also Asian, like girl. And they're like, "Oh my god, oh, how long have you been here in the States?" And blah 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 blah. You know, it's fucking California. And I'm sitting behind him, like waiting, waiting, waiting. So she gets out of the way, and I walk up and I go, "Hey, buddy, I need a car. I don't care what it is, and I only have a debit card. I don't have credit card. Can you help me?" And he's like, literally just like stares at me for a second and he goes, "First of all," like it was like he was offended like that I came at him like that. You know what I mean? Like it was like he was offended with me. So I was like, he's like, "First of all, we don't have any cars. I'm out. Second of all, this is credit card only." And I'm like, "Cool, bro. Thanks." Like he was just so unnecessarily shitty. It was unbelievable. So I get out, I get in the car, and I was like, "Hey, dude," I'm like, I don't know where else to go. If you want, I'll just fucking pay you, and I'll just sit on this fucking curb and figure my shit out real quick." And he goes, "No, no, no, it's okay." He goes, "Let me close you out." He closes me out. And I pay him, give him a tip. You know, obviously, I always pick like the highest tip with the Uber drivers because the Uber drivers don't get paid shit. You know what I mean? Like I always pick the highest tip option. And so he goes like this, and he shuts his thing off, and he goes, "All right, where are we gonna go next?" And I go, "Well, I'm gonna pay." And he goes, "If I don't shut this off, I have to, and I don't take the stuff that comes across, then I'll get dinged." He's like, "So it's easier for me just to shut it off." And he goes, "But you seem like you need like a hand." And he's like, "I'm gonna help you out." I was like, "All right, man." I'm like, "Well, I got a little bit of cash. I'll give you some cash." He's like, "Yeah, that's cool if you want to give me a little bit for gas, but yeah, let's figure this out." So we went to a couple of different places. Finally, found a place that made it work, and I was and dude, he was the nicest motherfucker. Like, dude, he was like, "Oh, no, my daughter," he was like the typical, like, kind of stereotypical Asian, like, "Oh yeah, so my daughter, she's she's in the church and she's gonna sing," and but it was just a really good conversation, and I was telling Aaron later on, then I was like, man, it was like the tale of two immigrants. You had this fucking stodgy fucking Australian guy that was just shitty as fuck for no fucking reason. And then you had this Asian guy, and it's just like, dude, so the point of it is is that if there's one thing that I can say that Mamdani seems to be getting right in New York is Mamdani just fucking pushed a bill that said that if you're a hotel in New York, you're no longer allowed to have hidden fees. Here's your shit. You're gonna fucking put down how much your hotel is gonna cost. You're gonna put down how much the fucking deposit is. You're gonna put down the cleaning fees because hotels, car fucking rental places, all of these traveling airplanes, airports, everything has all these little fees and shit put in there. And it's kind of bullshit. And everybody just kind of puts up with it because it's kind of like the business attitude, right? So like you just deal with it. But there's why? Why? There's nothing capitalistic about that. Like I don't eat Mondani fucking doing that in New York, and I'm not like a big fan of his. Like when he did his whole fucking speech and talked about being a socialist and the time has come, brethren, like he's a fucking
Well,
douchebag. But
he's
stuff,
he's not telling them not to charge the fees. He's just telling them to, list what you are charging so people
yeah,
know what they're paying for. I
yeah.
don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, that to me, there's nothing fucking off with that. So, yeah, needless to say, man, it's like the culture of traveling and doing all this shit. Dude, you get so tired of just getting fucked from every direction. Like everybody that can fuck you, everything is so much more expensive. I mean, my God, have you gotten dinner at an airport? It's $50, no fucking joke, And I don't want to eat and yeah, sure, you can get McDonald's, but I don't really fucking eat that much McDonald's. I get the occasional Wendy's, the occasional, White Castle if I'm really, but McDonald's breakfast maybe. I go in and get a coffee, but you try to eat fucking healthy, especially being on the road, man. So
Yeah.
that's my kind of mini rant and fucking story and appreciation of Mamdani doing that in New York because I think that should be the case, man. I think we should have a lot more instances where we're giving consumers the opportunity to know what the fuck they're buying.
Yep. Well, do you have a plan when are you returning?
I'm going to go in tomorrow morning. I'm pretty sure we poured the last of the material tonight. I'm going to go in tomorrow morning first thing, see where they're at, see if we're going to pour any more of our material. If not, then I'm going to go ahead and book a flight out. If I can get a flight late tomorrow night, great. More than likely, I'm probably going to have to stay. I'll probably stay closer to the airport and just fly out Tuesday morning is my kind of thought process. So, yep.
Nice.
Yep. So I should be back in a day and a half, roughly. So I missed all the fucking football games today. So I see that our predictions were pretty much right, huh?
Yeah, we were calling for the Seahawks and Patriots
Yep.
for the Super Bowl, and yep, that's what it looks like it's going to be. There was something interesting though with the coaching carousel.
Yeah.
You got you still have a couple teams that their coaching spots are still vacant. Cardinals is vacant. Let's see, Buffalo Bills still no coach. Cleveland Brown no coach. Raiders no coach.
But the Bills, I wouldn't mind them picking up fucking Philip Rivers. I think Philip Rivers is going to be a great coach. I do. I think Philip Rivers is gonna be a motherfucker.
Yes, I did hear that they're interviewing Philip Rivers, but well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But the big one, Pittsburgh Steelers hiring Mike McCarthy.
Yeah, that's
Going
a
from going from Mike Tomlin to Mike McCarthy. I'm not really sure how I feel about that one.
well, I had a buddy of mine that lives in Pittsburgh that we talk football and shit. Tom. Hi, Tom. I don't know if you listen, but hi, Tom. And he messaged me and he goes, "Dude," he goes, "it's basically the same type of coaching style." He's like, "Mike Tomlin versus Mike McCarthy, it's just kind of mediocre. They don't never really, they've had flashes in the pan, but none of them have really done anything spectacular." And my joke to him, and he goes, "They're basically the same coach." And I go, "Yeah, until they turn sideways, then you can tell which one's which."
But other than that, there really hasn't been. I don't know. I think I don't want to say the Super Bowl is going to be disappointing, but everybody I talk to, nobody's interested in it.
No, no. Well, and then you got and not to hit the low hanging fruit, but you've got the Bad Bunny fucking shit, which, the Bad Bunny thing at first didn't bother me that much because he is a popular artist among, like here's the deal. Well, the Super Bowl has been working over the years to try to get younger, right? So at first I was like, all right, yeah, he's like super fucking he's made himself political over the years, and that's fine. And most of his shit's in Spanish, and that's kind of annoying. But I'm like, honestly, I don't really give that much of a fuck because most of the Super Bowls have sucked anyways, or Super Bowl halftimes rather have sucked anyways, except for the Eminem one. I really dug the Eminem, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, 50 Cent one. That was really good.
Yeah, but
Um,
the news coming out for Bad Bunny says he's going to come out wearing a dress.
that's what I was gonna say. Then that shit came out, and I was like, all right. Now we're just fucking being gratuitous. Now you're just being a fucking dipshit. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, Caleb Williams isn't even in the Super Bowl. Why would you celebrate? No, shut. I'm kidding. But and then Green Day is gonna do the fucking. Green Day's fucking retarded ass. They're gonna go out there and be like, "Oh," I don't know. They're gonna do something stupid. I don't even. It's just. I don't even give a fuck. Like I might not even watch the Super Bowl. That's how bad it is. I've only had
Yeah.
a couple of Super Bowls that I've missed over the years. I missed the one when I was in Africa, and I missed half of it. I was seeing this chick. She was a dispatcher for the cops. I forgot all about this. Man, this was fucking weird. Like, and and it was we missed the actual Super Bowl because we were doing the house that day. But yeah, regardless, I don't give a fuck, man. Oh, Patriots, Seahawks.
No. Yippee.
Cool.
Well, anyways, for college, they put out a list of the top 10 draft prospects. Number one is Fernando Mendoza from Indiana. So it looks like they're saying he's going to be the number one pick going to the Raiders.
That, that's kind of what we said. You
Yeah,
know,
that's good. And I don't think the Raiders have a coach just yet.
no.
We'll see what happens.
Ooh, that would be cool. That'd be interesting. That would be interesting.
And the rest of them, it says number two, Ruben Bain, edge rusher from Miami. Caleb Downs, Ohio State safety. Uh, hell, they've got they they not only have the top 10 out, they've got a whole list of what they're expecting to be first
Oh,
round
dude,
draft.
it doesn't take long for the
No,
fucking college draft nerds to start putting their shit together. It doesn't take very long.
I find it interesting when you look at the top 10, the only quarterback on there is Fernando Mendoza. He's the only one in the top 10. And then you have Carson Beck, Miami's quarterback. Says he's a rising option, and that he's NFL starter project with a, little buzz around his projection, but we'll see. If he's not on the top 10 list now, I would say there's nobody's looking at him to be a starter, maybe looking at him as a backup, but I'd say the only one.
Or maybe a development quarterback. You know what I mean? Like maybe they'll set him on the bench for a couple of years. Fucking give him the opportunity.
Yeah, but then when you look at that, you have Arch Manning coming out. He should be next year.
It's
So
true. That is true. Next year's gonna be a fucking race to the bottom.
yeah, it probably is. The Cowboys will be racing to the bottom.
No, we'll finish fucking just enough to not be able to get a chance to get him. Well, and actually, quarterback. If Dak Prescott plays next year like he did this year, you know, he has developed into a pretty good quarterback. He's had a couple of years where I was like, what the fuck are we doing? But for the most part, I'll eat a little crow. I wasn't the biggest Dak Prescott fan when we brought him on, and he did really good his first year, and then he had a little bit of a sophomore dip, and then he's been a little bit of a roller coaster. But I think he did a really good job this year, and I think that we have a good chance. We got Quinnen Williams there up front now, right? We've got some good defensive ends. I think we can add a little bit of depth, to that. We need some fucking back end help. We need some DBs. We got a
Yeah,
pretty good linebacker room right now. I could use honestly offense. I wouldn't fuck with it, except we got to sign George Pickens. We can't let George Pickens fucking walk, and I have a feeling we're going to. I have a feeling because you can't afford basically two number one wide receivers.
yep, you can't.
Like you can't. And honestly, I would pick George Pickens over fucking CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee
Yeah,
Lamb
I would
had
too.
a huge case of the goddamn dropsies.
Yep.
Every time there's a big fucking play, like I would trade CeeDee Lamb and get like as many number ones as you can for him because he's a good fucking. Don't get me wrong, he's a good wide receiver. But I would take George Pickens pulls some shit out of his ass. He's not as fast. Is he as young? Maybe he's not quite as young. I think he might be a year or two older.
Yeah, they're all young.
Yeah, they're all pretty compared to us.
Yeah.
But he's not as fast. He's got great hands, man. He's a great route runner. Does he? Yeah. Is there a little bit of an attitude problem? Yeah. There's been a couple of times where people are like, "Oh, he's given up on plays because the game's over." Oh, look at that. Man. I don't know, man. They're all gonna fucking. CeeDee Lamb does that shit.
Uh,
CeeDee Lamb, fucking. They're all. I don't know. What do you want me to say? They all fucking get a chip on their shoulder and get a little fucking butthurt about shit. So,
yep.
um,
Well, the
yeah,
news with IU, Fernando Mendoza's brother has decided to enter. He plays for IU also. He's
yeah.
quarterback. What is he, a freshman or sophomore or something?
Yeah,
He's decided to enter the transfer portal.
oh, shit.
Now, IU football, they also went to the transfer portal, and they landed former TCU quarterback Josh Hoover, who was originally committed to play for the Hoosiers in
Oh,
2021. It's kind of interesting. I watched one of the few bowl games that, other than the playoff bracket, one of the few bowl games that I watched was a TCU game. He looks like a pretty solid quarterback.
you predict an IU repeat?
Oh, back to back? I don't know about that one.
Ooh, that'd be fun. That'd be fun.
It would be, but you also have to look at IU. They were one of the oldest teams, in college, so they're going to have a lot of holes to fill.
That's
A
what
lot
she
of
said.
people graduating. I'm interested to see though how their draft class, works out. They they had a lot of good players on there. A lot of very underrated wide receivers. That's Elijah
Yeah.
Surratt.
Well, that was always the big thing with them too, man, is that, they talk about them being, having the lowest amount of fucking 3 stars and all that shit, you
Uh-huh.
know?
Well, that
Like,
that Elijah Surratt, I don't know if you watch that guy, but he reminds me of, oh, what's the wide receiver on Tampa Bay that's been there forever?
Mike Evans.
Mike Evans. They almost look alike. They got the same tattoos and shit, but they play very similar. They're not like a CD Lamb or like a huge standout like that, but they're gonna constantly produce for you.
Yeah. Well, what was that? This year was the first year in his entire career that Mike Evans, because of injuries, didn't, make, like, 1,500 yards or 1,200 yards. So it was something crazy. It was like
Yeah.
some statistic.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I got for football, really. Super Bowl's in 2 weeks. The Pro Bowl's a joke now.
The
It
Pro
has been
Bowls.
a joke.
Yeah, it's been a joke for a long time. Yeah, I don't anticipate, anything good coming out of the Pro Bowl whatsoever. But,
I haven't, followed very much of the news clips in Minnesota, but it seems like
well,
that
there was
place is
a
freaking madhouse.
yeah, there was another guy that got shot, and this one's even worse than the last one. Like, I know we had our general opinions on that last one that was, you know, like, yeah, she probably turned a little bit more, whatever, but, you know, it still wasn't justified. With this one, man, this one's interesting because dude was just concealed carrying. He was just a regular ass fucking dude, you know? And what's concerning about it is that, not that it happened or not that he was there, but that if you watch the video, he goes to help that girl up out of the snow and gets maced, and they see the gun on him, and they just fucking unload on him, you know? And it really does show the level of just not being fucking trained of how these motherfuckers are, you know? And here's the thing about it too. Then as they say that, and then Christy Noam goes on, and she's like, "Well, he was violently attacking police and everything." Listen, man, you can't. Here's the problem: the government can't fucking blow smoke up our asses anymore, right? So you can watch the video and see, like, homeboy didn't really fucking go out after anything. Like, he wasn't being belligerent.
Yep.
He was just concealed carrying, which is his fucking right, dude. And I was listening to Glenn Greenwald, who was definitely not a righty. Don't get me wrong, but he's super smart. If there's another fucking podcast you watch besides this, you fucking watch Glenn Greenwald, um, because he has some good smart fucking analysis. And he was like, the thing about it is that when during COVID, during all the Tea Party stuff, how many people fucking in our kind of vicinity, like our mindset, like, we're not leftists, you and I, by any stretch. How many of people like us walked around with fucking AR-15 slung around their backs?
I didn't.
I didn't, but I did. But people like us, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's not that uncommon, man. Like, there's a lot of motherfuckers that walk around and they have the whole fucking thing, and they're like, "Yeah, fuck
Well, I'd say
militia."
carrying the AR-15 on your back, it is uncommon, but, um, the 9 millimeter tucked in your waistband, that's not uncommon at all. That's
No.
everywhere.
No.
And, you wanna talk concealed carry or open carry, I am perfectly fine with concealed carry. I'm not a big fan of the open carry. I think open carry is, basically like an attractant for problems. You're
I'm with you. I'm
you're
with you.
asking people to fuck with you because
You are.
people are idiots.
Yeah, but he wasn't open carrying. He was concealed carrying. And it
Yeah.
became, once he got fucking maced and thrown to the ground, his it was like his shirt like moved and you could see that he had a gun. And then they fucking pumped him full of fucking bullets, dude. Like fucking just pumped him full of bullets. It's not gonna fucking end in a great fucking way. And don't get me wrong, man. Like here's the thing that pisses me off is, oh, excuse me, is I'm not even against shipping motherfuckers back home, right? I'm I am 100% pro fucking uh finding, taking illegal immigrants and getting the fuck out of there. But motherfucker, do it with some goddamn tact. Do it with
Well,
some class.
and
You
what
know?
was the number? What was the number out of Minnesota? Wasn't it like 78 or
Yeah, it
something
was something
that they've
retarded. It was
deported?
so
It was
goddamn
it was
small.
nothing. It was nothing.
Well, and that's why, like, again, not to, again, this needs to be in lined on the inside with a tinfoil hat.
And
You
and
know?
didn't they say, because I know that in Minnesota, the big thing out there is the Somalians. Didn't
Yeah,
they say there's like 10,000 Somalians and they've deported 78 people? I mean, come
yeah,
on.
uh-huh.
This is all fucking political theater
It
and
has been, man. But the problem
yeah,
is
but
it's political theater, but now it's starting to kill people.
yeah, exactly.
You know? And the one thing. So, anyways, though, what I was saying about the Glenn Greenwald, and not to, because again, I don't want to take his fucking ideas and present them as my own, but it's worth noting is he goes, it's not, it's you can have your debate about illegal immigration, you can have your debate about whether or not you should bring a gun to your fucking protest rally, like, yeah, you're probably asking for a fucking fight, he goes, but what's most concerning is the fact that our government then goes on national TV and just lies about what happened. Like
Yeah.
Christy Nelson was like described it like he was like bum rushing the officers and they had no other choice. And then you watch the video and it's just this like he was an ICU nurse, like this little Jewish guy that just got fucking shot for fucking really like being in the wrong place, wrong time, and he had a concealed carry permit and he had his gun on him. And the fact that they're like, "Oh, well," and he had all these other clips, so it's obvious that he was there. Well, hold on. Like, I carry quite, quite often, and I carry extra fucking magazines with me. Um, am I considered a threat? I mean, I probably am, but like, could you fucking see that shit? Like, it's I don't know, man. I'll stop talking and let you go.
Nah, it's I well, that's about as far as I've looked into it. I get so sick and tired of watching this shit. Then you hear the numbers of, I want to say it was 78 people. At least
Yeah,
last I
it's
was
nothing.
watching the other day was
God.
78 people deported. It's like it's all political theater. And I'm sick and tired. I'm sick
Yeah,
of
dude.
watching it, basically.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere though, man.
Nope.
Like,
It's all no,
like,
it's only getting worse.
yeah, I feel like it's just, and that's what's disappointing about it. Like, you Trump got elected because he campaigned on draining the swamp and taking care of the shit. And now it's been such an about face, and so many of his supporters. And I don't want to shit. Actually, I want to real quick interject on this. Like, I know that there was some people that had some things to say about my little clip saying, like, if you still think it's 5D chess, don't watch. Um no, I want you to watch because I want you to bring in some other fucking thoughts, and and don't get me wrong, like I've watched and listened to all the mainstream shit. I listen to all the same shit that you motherfuckers do. Um like, don't get butthurt about it. It's a joke. We're having a little bit of fun with it. Um I want you to fucking listen to this just as much as I want to listen to the next podcast, and I want to, because we're sharing ideas here, right? Like that's the long and short of this motherfucker. Like the whole point of us doing this isn't that, listen, these two fucking, Wang halves fucking hanging out in Northwest Indiana. There's a really low likelihood that we fucking change the fucking world. We're not gonna,
It's,
we're too in, or, well, I'm not 40 yet, but well, I'm close. So two
closer.
like late 40-year-olds, two like early 40-year-olds fucking doing a podcast talking about politics and sports and culture and man shit. And
And anyway, it used to be just phone calls. We'd bullshit about this shit, and we're like, you know what?
we should start recording this shit.
Yep. Put a little bit of money into it, and then look at us now. We're fucking.
Yeah.
We got millions of followers.
I don't know about that.
Maybe.
We've got we've hit in the thousands. I mean, we've had thousands on some of our videos of hits. So, but my point is though, is that you like don't take that as a don't be butthurt about it. But anyways, though, what I was saying with all that is it's so disappointing because the main reason that you had a Republican president winning the fucking popular vote was because he was the anti-war, drain the swamp, take care of shit, take care of business president, and the swamp just engulfed him. And I really do think that these ICE raids are are have gotten so out of control almost on purpose.
I,
You hire people off the fucking street that don't know what the fuck they're doing, you know?
it's I don't know. Kind of reminds me of his first term, but his first term was Black Lives Matter was, they were the ones going crazy. There it seemed like there's always something crazy with his presidency. And first term was Black Lives Matter. Then it went into January 6th, and now this term we're you got that retard Tim Walz and all the bullshit up in that state with the. So, uh, I think the rest of his term is going to be in that. Well, let's say the rest of this year he's going to be in Minnesota. There's going to be shit happening in Minnesota. And then after this year, when the Democrats take over the House, maybe take over the Senate, who knows? Then it's going to be nothing but impeachments. We're going to have 2 years of impeachments.
God,
Same old bullshit.
but you know what? Here's the deal. Here's the thing, man. How much of that do you think is just almost like pre-planned?
Oh,
Like not
are
to,
you
not to,
saying that? Are you saying that that too is political theater? Are you saying that the two-party
honestly,
system is working together? That's what you're saying?
I'm saying that it's just real fucking convenient. Like it's real fucking convenient that nothing can ever actually fucking get done. Like that's what I'm saying.
Oh, the
You
only time anything gets done is when fucking Israel goes, "We need to bomb Iran," and then they step back, and then we fucking bomb them.
Well, no, they say we need to bomb Iran, and then Lindsey Graham takes his hand and shoves it up Trump's ass and works him like a puppet.
Yeah, he's got one hand up Trump's ass, working him like a puppet, and the other hand's over there beating off Netanyahu.
Reach around, reach around. Oh God, dude, it's just so fucked. So
Here,
there will.
if you wanna know how hard your government is working for you, do you shop at Menards?
I was about to say, you know what? As a matter of fact, I do.
I do too. So you shop at Menards. How many years have you gone to Menards and you get your receipt and then you grab your 11% rebate because you got to send that in to get your 11% back? Or But yeah, I thought we all knew that when you filled out the rebate paperwork, you're going to get a little like a postcard of a rebate, basically in-store credit. Didn't we all
Right.
know that? kind of
Yeah,
how it's
pretty
worked.
much. I mean, how else are you gonna save big money?
Exa- well, they were sued. That advertising, the state, there's multiple states. I don't know how many states it was. That advertising was misleading and deceptive. Apparently, people cannot fucking read. Consumers were led to believe that they're getting an immediate discount at the register. I never felt that way at all.
No.
I just knew, hey, when I walk out, grab the little fucking ticket thing, take with me. Here. Ready to have your fucking mind blown? Here's the settlement: $4.25 million multi-state settlement. And then it breaks it down which states. Minnesota got 632,000, Nebraska got 231, and so. It's whatever. But where is it at? Let me see. I'm looking for one more thing. Here's what drives me nuts. Okay.
Yeah.
This is the people they got sued claiming that consumers were what? Deception towards the consumers, basically. That settlement is not a class action payment directly to the shoppers, but rather it is compensation to the states for consumer protection enforcement.
Well,
So we are no longer saving big money at Menards because basically the fucking states made up some bullshit and sued them. Wouldn't that
this
be
is
more like
why
a
I'm on Home
shake?
Depot, okay? This is
That
why
was
I'm on
more
Home
like
Depot.
a shakedown. That's a Menards shakedown.
You save big money. You save big money.
You need to do a save big money at Menards commercial, but instead of having the old gray haired guy, it needs to be fucking Tony Soprano. Like they're getting shake down.
Hey, you want to save big money? Let's go. Let's save some big money. Oh, Jesus Christ.
But yeah, I was wondering that too because we went into Menards. It was around Christmas time. It might have been just after Christmas. I bought a new hammer and I was like, "Oh, this is weird. There's no 11% rebate, but there was a rebate on this hammer." Like I was like, "What's?" I've never seen like individual items that were on sale or had rebates like that. It was always 11% at the end. And then they tell me, "Oh, well, it's because it's Christmas time. That was a Christmas item. We're trying to, get rid of this shit or whatever." Then come to find out, the 11% never came back. Here I am just sitting fucking disappointed.
Hammer time. Yeah, man. That's crazy. It's one of those things too that I don't know. Like you got shit like that happens, and don't get me wrong, like maybe you can make the argument, but like I feel like we're ending the show kind of the same way that we're starting the show. We're talking about consumer protectionism, right? But
Yeah.
you've got but I feel like the Menards thing is just so much more of like, listen, you have to do just the smallest sea hair of looking up information to know of what you're getting. You know, there's so many other aspects of all of so many other things. So basically, this is what it tells me. It tells me that Menards doesn't do a good job of lobbying the politicians, is what it tells me. It tells me that Menards doesn't do a good job of spending their allocated political dollars.
Well, maybe they should have because it looks like if you can either spend the money and lobby or you can get shook down. Here's another allegation that was included into that. Some of the states included price gouging claims. They're saying that they were raising the prices by 11% and then offering the 11% rebate.
I mean,
You're
they all
ser
fucking do that though. Yeah, I mean,
every store does that. Are you
yeah,
serious? Um, are they gonna start going after Walmart and pretty much every store that has a Black Friday sale?
right,
I mean, come on.
right. Honestly, you're better off just buying it in the middle of the sales. You know what I mean? Like somewhere between Christmas and Valentine's Day. Like right now is probably the best time to just go buy anything. You probably get the most honest prices. You know? But yeah, regardless, man, it's a motherfucker, dude. I don't I've had a good time down here in California though. I will say that. Weather's been nice. There was one dude that got me for like fucking $15. I was not happy about it. He fucking did, dude. He got me. And you'd think that me being from like the Chicago Gary area, I would have been able to sniff out some bullshit.
What
But
was he at with the Suki massage parlor?
no, yeah,
Was
he
his name there's this other, comedian guy I watch, he is pretty fucking funny. His name Tuk Tuk? Have you ever seen that guy?
I've seen the clips. I've seen the clips. No, no, nothing like that. I mean, there is a little bit of that California green that I can't, argue against. But no, this dude fucking I come I so I got pizza not yesterday, obviously I was stuck in Pasadena, but the day before yesterday, I went and I got like some pizza, which was not any fucking good. As a Chicago area person, you know good pizza. This was not good pizza. It was all right. It got the job done. I wasn't hungry anymore, but it wasn't fantastic. Although the dude sitting next to me was from fucking Hammond.
Really?
Yeah. I'm sitting down at this fucking bar and I'm annoyed because this old motherfucker next to me is listening to his like Facebook videos with his volume fucking cranked. I'm sitting here like, and he's just like, "Rah, rah, rah, rah," like it's just screaming at me from this cocksucker next to me. And I was like, what the fuck, man? And and so at some point though, then I felt bad because then he said something and he like turned to me and we were talking a little bit. And he was like, yeah, so where are you from? And I go, I'm actually from like Chicagoland area, like Northwest Indiana. And he goes, oh shit, I grew up in Hammond. I go, oh fuck. I'm sorry. But yeah, he was a truck driver and he like was driving all over the fucking place. I was like, oh, that's cool. And so anyways though, but before I got in there, I am driving in and this bald fucking older white guy in like a button up like shirt, like a nice shirt, comes up and he's like he like literally in the middle of the road, like stop, stop, stop. And I was like, hey, what's up? And I roll the window and I'm like, hey, can I help you? And he's like, my car just got broken into. They took my wallet. They took everything I had. I don't know. I hate to do this, but can I possibly, get, however much, like it's gonna cost, $80 for me to do whatever. And I go, man, I've got like $15 in cash. And he's like, well, maybe, yeah, that's I go, well, here you go, man. I gave him $15. I gave him the $15. I was like, hey, this is all I got, bro. And so then I go into the parking lot and I kind of missed where the pizza place was. So I kind of had to do a circle. And I kind of did a circle. And then I pull into the pizza place and I park and I get out and I hit the button. And he comes walking up and he's like, hey, sir. And I go, you already got me, man. And he goes, oh, okay. And he starts walking away. And that was immediately, I was like, okay, he was full of shit. It was bullshit.
And
He was full of fucking shit. So I walked into the pizza place and I brought up the guy when I was sitting down having a beer, getting a pizza. And they go, yeah, he showed up about a week ago. He's like, I'm like, cool, cool, cool. So I just gave $15 to this fucking guy that just lying to me. Nothing happened. It was a piece of shit.
That's the American way.
Dude, it's like it's so much more prevalent, you know, like
Yeah, I've been, driving up north, you know, Klein Avenue in Columbus right there, you get off. It's the same 2 people standing there begging for money or homeless. It's been the same people for 15 years. Man and a woman, they park their car over by the pond or lake or whatever, and they hide it in the trees every fucking day.
yeah, I don't get it, man. I really don't. I mean, I guess you can make the argument that they don't have anything else to fucking do, you know? Like, there's nothing else, there's no other jobs, like, talk about, like, the lowest of unskilled labor. I don't know,
Well,
man.
we pay for that unskilled labor too because they're on SNAP. They're on their SNAP benefits. They're on, they're on all that bullshit. That's why they're
No,
not working. They don't wanna lose that.
you're not wrong.
Anyways, we're at 55 minutes. It's been kind of a long week, and, I'm ready to go to bed, man.
Yeah, me too. Alright. Well, hey, thank you guys so much. I know that this has been it's been a
This has been an uneventful show, but we've been busy.
oh my god, we've had so much shit to do. So we got so many cool interviews coming up. We've got a coroner candidate coming up. We've got the immigration guy coming up. We got the chick that we have for doing the cryptocurrency coming up. We've got Brandon Williams still. We got so many good
I
ones,
think
dude. I,
I think we
we
should
got a
reach out.
shit with about that ghost hunter dude, and we're gonna do a follow-up. We're totally gonna do a follow-up. Well, we're gonna fucking oh shit, not stable over. But yeah, we're gonna do a follow-up with that ghost hunter. We're gonna go on a ghost hunt.
I think, I don't know if you're available tomorrow night, but I wanna reach out to this Tyler Bridges. Tyler Bridges for Indiana House District 11. He's a Democrat going up against Mike Aylesworth. Looks to be a newcomer. Don't really know much about him, but I reached out to him earlier this week, and he wants to come on the show and talk to us about why he's running.
Dude, dude, that's what I want this to be. Like because here's the deal. Then you know what's real nice? You know what I'm really enjoying is not being chained to one political party versus the other. You know
It
what I
is
mean?
kind of nice.
Isn't it? It's real fucking nice to just be like right here. Like I don't give a fuck, man. Like and so I'll talk to anybody. Like let's
Yeah,
talk. Let's have a good fucking honest conversation. So, well, obviously, I'm tied to the libertarians, but that's okay. Libertarians fucking hate both sides too, so I'm
yeah.
perfect right in there. So, all right. Well,
I don't know.
hey,
Something just popped outside, and I seen. I don't know if you've seen it in California, but have you seen they're talking about exploding trees because it's so damn
yes,
cold? There's
yes.
a tree out back here. It looks like I was looking at it earlier. I'm like, what the hell? Is that a birch tree losing all of its bark, or did it just explode? Who the fuck knows? Well, something
Oh,
just popped out there now, so who knows what's going on. All right,
no,
though.
I'm out here in California, so if there's popping going on, it's fucking gunshots.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. We are
Disenfranchised. We'll see you later, guys.